You son of a bitch.
Holy shit, man. What the fuck?
I am in the mood to go for a drive.
Yeah, you want to drive, right? That's what we do. That's all we do.
Let's go for a ride.
We plant our cheeks into these bucket seats and then we go driving.
Got it.
You like that, right?
Good enough.
You like that feeling?
As long as I'm riding with an asshole.
Well, it's all you need is to be surrounded by assholes to be happy, right?
Apparently.
Happiness is surrounded by assholes.
I think you have to learn how to be happy when surrounded by assholes.
Right. I'm going to make one of them like kitchen things that's made out of where you write it on wood and you put it. Happiness is surrounded by assholes.
By assholes.
Want some dinner?
What's a situation where you were surrounded by the most assholes in one situation?
That's a really good question. Because, like, when are we ever surrounded by the most assholes other than, like, going to Times Square for fucking New Year's Eve, right? That's, like, probably the number one fucking I'm up to my elbows, ears, and chin in assholes.
But even then, you can't be absolutely certain that every single person there is an asshole. I mean,
how could you not?
They're just a bunch of assholes, right? But
they're surrounding you and they fucking you're there. You're like, look at these assholes. I can't take it.
I mean, but you think about maybe like a convention like Hitler would have had. You're surrounded by assholes then because they're all Nazis.
Yeah, but I was never at one of those.
Right. So I'm kind of looking for the equivalent where you just know like that level of knowledge that you're 100%
certain.
So a
Hitler convention? What's
convention? I don't know what else you'd call it.
What's equivalent to a Hitler convention right now? I don't even know. I don't even have anything.
I don't want to get too political.
To
we don't want to get too political.
Political? That's not even political.
Could name some candidates, some current candidates where if you were to go to one of their rallies.
Politics, dude. Let's talk about what's happening in Canada with Trudeau.
What's happening in Canada?
You want to talk about Trudeau and politics?
What's going on?
I don't live there. I don't want to talk about that. That's the stupidest shit in the world.
I don't want to talk about that either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why the fuck are we talking about politics?
I'm surrounded by that shit all day long.
I will tell you this much, and I'll just leave it right there. You want to talk about Hitler? Well, you can talk about Trudeau. There's your fucking Hitler. Move to Canada. Go have a convention where Trudeau's at. Convene with today's Hitler. That's where Hitler is. If you want to get surrounded by Hitler asshole conventions, go straight to Canada.
Wow. I had no idea.
I know. Nobody seems to have any idea until they move there. And then they're like, oh, shit, I didn't know this was Hitler land.
So it's like Canada and like Idaho, right?
What's Idaho? That's where they grow potatoes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Dude, Canada's the closest thing to China. What the fuck? Idaho's got nothing to do with that. Look it up, man. Well, like, go find out what...
Idaho They either proposed or passed a bill that says
that they're Canada. They grow potatoes and they're Canadians.
I guess they said you can't cross a state border to get an abortion now.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
So, this is not a political.
That's Hitler.
Podcast, so
that's where Hitler comes in. Is that where Hitler comes? I think Hitler's like
that seems pretty fascist to me to say what you kind of can't do, where you kind of can't go. I mean,
yeah, that's fascist.
So
just abortion.
Something.
We're just gonna be talking about.
It's the opposite of freedom.
Don't stop me from killing my child. That's fascism, and then that's everything else. Everything else is okay though. You could stop me from doing everything else except killing the baby inside me. It's like, how the fuck is that fascism? That's where you draw the line. Let's go. Let's go.
I don't draw any lines. I'm just.
Drew the line at Idaho.
Making observations. So
Boise. So you don't want to live in Boise, is what you're saying?
No, I would. Fucking Boise,
right? Who the fuck moves to Boise? Right?
Who lives there anyway?
Apparently, everybody who wants to raise a family.
And
everybody who wants fucking
that's where they're
and
headed.
Children.
So I guess they better hope so.
And if you want to just go kill babies left and right, don't go to Boise.
That's right.
You want to be single, and not have children every time you have sex. Don't go. Boise's not your place.
Yeah, get your nuts cut. You got to get your vasectomies.
But if you want to fucking go to a Hitler convention, move to Canada.
Interesting.
Yeah, you should look that up. Like it's all over the news.
So maybe like a rock concert with a certain type of fan.
Yeah.
Might be a room full of assholes there too.
Oh yeah. Let me think. Rock concert. When was the last time I wanted to go to a rock
right.
concert full of assholes?
I don't even want to go anymore.
I'm trying to think like which ones are the most asshole. Like if you go to like a Hoobastank show. When was the last time you went to a Hoobastank show? I would say that would be Insane Clown Posse with special guest Hoobastank.
Hoobastank.
I'm thinking that would be a fucking pretty much a shithead asshole show right there.
You're going to get all these messages now from ICP and Hoobastank
all the
fans.
juggalos. All the juggalos going to fucking message
stop what
me
they're
now.
doing and they're going to email you.
They're all going to subscribe all at once and they're going to be like, go fuck your mother.
And then they're going to dox you and find out where you live.
They're going to be, I like that band. Shut up.
Fucking guy.
That band saved my life, bro.
That's right.
How could you say that? Them and 3 Doors Down saved my fucking life. And Third Eye Blind. And 7 Mary 3. And 3 Days Grace.
Wow, listen to you.
And
You know all the
Thrice.
names. How do you know
And
these names?
311. They all start with the number 3. That's how the fuck. It's not a difficult list. Name all the
Finger
bands
11.
with the number 3. Somehow the number 3 goes in there. Like, hey, we're going to have a band. Can we start with the number 3?
Finger 11.
There you go. We just put numbers in it.
Yeah, like Coffee Cup 7.
There you go. That sounds good. Fingers with 2 assholes.
That's right.
2-finger assholes.
Stapler 69.
There you go. And Matchbox 20. There you go. Those
Matchbox
assholes
20.
belong in there.
You got your Matchbox 20.
Pillbox 37. Like, what the fuck? Like, you guys took 2 milliseconds to think of a band name and then stuck with it. Congratulations. That's so crazy, right? So, I don't know. Yeah, rock concerts, Hitler conventions.
Yeah. So, speaking of Insane Clown Posse, what are you going to be for Halloween this year?
What I always am. Me, except dead.
Oh.
I'm just the dead version of me.
Zombie guy.
No, I'm not a zombie. I'm dead. I died.
Zombie Bill.
I'm a corpse. I'm like that.
Corpse Bill.
I'm like Weekend at Bernie's.
Corpse John.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend, bro. Oh, that'd be cool. That could be the guy that just props you up in the corner.
Yeah, you could do that.
I could be the not dead guy from Weekend at Bernie's.
The not dead guy. It's funny.
One of the not dead guys.
Like, you know what's funny about Halloween? I find really, speaking of assholes, think about like all the adults that you know. Let's say even people your age or close to it, right?
Yeah.
And there's motherfuckers out there that still don't understand how Halloween works. How many times you get people go to a Halloween party and they're just dressed up like as a superhero? Or like they're like dressed up as like a movie star. And it's like, oh, that's a good costume. It's like, no, that guy, unless he's dead, unless you just died, how the fuck is this Halloween?
Like if you can't go as like Elvis, but you can go as zombie Elvis.
No, you can go as Elvis because he's dead. I'm saying,
dead.
like, like motherfuckers want to go as like a fucking alive person. Like, that's not Halloween. That's called fucking cosplay, and you did it wrong. You fucking doofball.
You did it wrong. Huh.
Like, people think Halloween just means put a costume on of anything. Halloween is the
that's what it
day
is for
of
kids,
the
right?
dead.
They can pick whatever costume they want.
Fucking, so what? Because
Now,
the kids are
if you want
stupid?
adults that do it right, you're going to have to teach the kids to do it right. You're going to have to teach the kids. No, you got to pick somebody dead.
Well, who teaches this fucking kids wrong? I guess the stupid parents, right? Oh, you can't. You could be anything
Because the kids
you
can
want.
wear anything.
Yeah, you could wear anything.
Wear whatever. Pick anything off the shelf at Walmart. There's your
pick
costume.
it at Walmart. Yeah, don't be creative. Just pick it and buy it and pick it.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, we much prefer making our own costumes here.
Yeah, you should. Like, it'll be scary. Be like, oh shit, your son looks
scary
dead.
or really funny. Just something creative.
Hilarious.
It's an opportunity. But parents are tired. They don't want to go through that. They just buy something off the rack and
fucking parents. They're always
throw it onto
tired,
their
right?
kids.
The excuse is, I'm tired.
And then they do the same thing for themselves. They just grab a costume and
how did we become so mediocre at everything? Oh, we're tired.
Right, so do adults trick or treating piss you off the way they seem to piss off everybody else? So an adult comes to your door.
I don't care
Does that
either
piss you
way.
off?
Nobody comes to my door. This is the
Everybody
city.
complains every year. These people, you're too old to be trick or treating. I'm like, you know what?
Well, what do you mean?
I don't
Like
care.
too old?
Even
What's
if you-
too
even-
old?
I don't know. That's what I.
Like if a lone man came to my house who was 35 years old and asked for candy, I'd be like, yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro. Yeah, that's
right. But what if he had a really good costume?
I would still be like, get the fuck out of here. Like, why you're not 10?
So
you
what?
got to be 10 and under.
Why?
Because he's trick-or-treating. What is he, a child?
So?
Trick-or-treating, going to door-to-doors for children.
I mean, alone would be a little weird, but if he put in the effort, maybe he's just letting his inner child out, man.
That's what I'm saying. I don't need to see your inner child.
Maybe
You're
his
an
inner
adult.
child is 10 and he showed up and he's
If
just
he
asking for a little
shows
candy.
me proof that he's 10, but he looks 35, then I'll be like, okay, you did it.
I don't award based on age. I do it I don't anyway because no one comes to my house for trick-or-treating.
Well, mine either. So the whole
if I
point
were
is
to do
moot.
it, like my parents get trick-or-treaters every year. I'll go there and hang out with them.
So they got 35-year-olds.
Somebody shows up at the door and they've put in the effort on a really good costume. What the fuck? Give them some candy, man. It's not about age. It's about how much. Now, if they show up with a fucking hoodie on and they're 35 and they got a beard and they're just standing there.
Well, maybe you just didn't understand.
And they don't even say trick or treat. They just like ring the bell and you're supposed to just give them. Fuck that. No, fuck that.
But isn't that what Michael Myers would do? He would just stand there, not say nothing, and be like, I'm going to kill you because I'm a serial killer. Give me some candy. That's the ultimate costume.
Huh.
So then you have to give him candy because you're like, please don't kill me. You know where I live.
I would think you'd want to give him candy to keep him happy.
Right. The guy who looks like he's not even trying, right? Because you're like, please don't kill me.
Well, Michael Myers at least had a mask.
Yeah, I guess so.
He wasn't wearing a hoodie and, talking on his phone while he's trick-or-treating.
Yeah, I've never seen that. That takes some balls.
Yeah. Oh, we've seen it all.
Yeah, you've seen that?
It's like you're just expected to fucking just hand out candy,
Damn, that's insanity. I've never seen nothing like that.
It's really fucking stupid.
Wow.
But people get lazy. They're all lazy. They're lazy fuckers.
I'll say. And those motherfuckers don't even have kids. Otherwise, they'd bring them.
I would much rather adults just go to their big adult Halloween parties and do like what you said. Don't fucking buy a costume. You make a good one, either scary or funny or something.
Yeah,
put in the effort.
Don't come as sexy anything, okay?
Sexy cat.
Right? The sexy fucking whatever, right? It's always a cat or a devil or a sexy fucking
nurse.
SpongeBob. And it's like
sexy nurse.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, nurse. Sexy. Everything's got to be sexy.
There better be sexy nurses if I end up in a nursing home.
You're not understanding Halloween. This is not, what do they call that? This is not Comic-Con.
But what if I show up as a sexy nurse? Now that's funny.
That would be funny because,
right? That'd be okay.
What would that look like even? You know what I mean? There's male nurses.
That'd look like a really...
All you need is the scrubs. And then someone has to decide if you're sexy or
you
not.
got to wear the short little candy striper skirt.
Oh, you'd be a homosexual. Then that would be Then it would be funny.
No, I'd still sleep with women.
Yeah, but you'd look like I'd joke
be
is
in
that
drag.
You look homosexual.
I'd be in drag, and I'd probably get arrested by the fascists.
What do you mean you'd be in drag? You'd be in drag.
Dressed as a sexy nurse.
Well, why can't you be a male nurse? I don't understand. You're in drag.
Well, I could be a male nurse, but then
who says that's not sexy?
Well, then you're back to just being sexy, which you just said you don't want to do. But then, if you're sexy and unusual, that kind of gives the sexy a pass.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if people just look at you and go, "Yeah, you're sexy. I like."
Well, that happens anyway. But
right. So you already know.
Dressed as a woman, not when I'm dressed as a female nurse. Then that gets a little weird.
I don't know. Yeah, it definitely gets a little weird.
Then the sexy gets a pass because you're in drag.
It gets a little transvestite-y. It's like you can't like convince me to do that because I don't want to do that ever. Like you got to pay me. You know how much you got to pay me to want to fucking even think about doing that? Because never am I going, it's a good idea. Today, just for the sake of the holiday, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dress up as a lady. Yeah.
I'll give you $50 to dress up as a sexy female nurse this year.
Sexy female nurse. Yeah, $50. I don't know.
Get the old skirt and the little stethoscope and the low cut blouse.
I don't need the $50.
The cute little nurse's hat with the little red X on it.
And then motherfuckers are gonna take pictures.
Red cross.
They're gonna take pictures and put it all over Facebook. Trust me, that $50.
Next thing you know, people are showing up at your door.
Might as well make it $5,500 instead of $50 for that amount of torture.
Yeah, that's a hassle.
Because it's like, I'm not going to have fun. Well, why the fuck? I want to do something. If I'm going to do shit, it's going to have fun.
I think if you put on a dress, I bet you'd have more fun than you thought you'd have.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You'd have an interesting time.
I'd have an interesting time. I don't know.
Depending on who you're around.
Right.
It depends on who else is at the party at that point. But yeah,
Hopefully I'm not surrounded by fucking assholes.
Billy Bob's dressed up as a female nurse. Now, if you're going to like, if you're in Idaho, they'll probably beat you with a stick until you're dead.
Right. And then ask me if I ever fucking needed an abortion.
If you're in New York City, they probably just ignore you as pretty normal.
Dude, you could walk out here with your fucking sack hanging out all day and nobody will fucking blink.
I know. I do that all the time.
But you do that in your area?
No, when I come to visit you, I walk around. It's before you're awake in the morning. I walk around your house.
Dude, you don't even have to.
I take my sack out. I literally pull my sack out of my pants and I walk around your house and see if I can get you in trouble.
Sacks are allowed. Like nobody cares.
Yeah,
it's
like a built-in fanny pack.
It's like, what is that? It's just like the extra skin by your leg is what it is.
Yeah,
it's not even. What do they call that? It's not nudity. It's not lewd.
No,
it's just
not public indecency.
You know what it is? It's an accident. It's like, oops, my balls.
Because you really don't walk around with your sack hanging out, and not because it's profane, but just because, man, that's just too exposed. That's like, anything can come along and fuck up your sack.
Right. You want to, and if you're old enough, you don't even know your sack.
The older I get, the more I want to wear a cup all the time. I want to wear a freaking jock strap all the time.
Fucking ball bra.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers come up to you and go, dude, your sack is out. Hide it. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah, you just tuck it in. It's like, your zipper's down. And your sack is out.
Thank you very much. I'll put it away now. It's like, ew, bro. Yo, long balls. Put that shit away. What the fuck, bro? You
know why I don't do it?
Why don't you do it?
I had to stop doing it because I'll trip over them.
I know. And plus, they fucking...
What's that about?
If they fucking hit back and forth in just the right kind of like ping pong type volley, they'll wrap around your leg and then you'll trip yourself with your own sack.
That's right.
And that's going to hurt. That's a trip to the hospital.
You got to have support.
How do you explain that to the transvestite nurse at the hospital? Yo, my sack wrapped around my leg. By the way, you make a sexy nurse come to my Halloween party. Frank. Hey, Frank, can I talk to Frank the nurse? Frank, the skirt nurse. I want him to look at my sack. That's why I'm here. I'm here because I just wanted to show Frank
injury.
I wanted to show Frank my sack
injury. It's a Halloween sack injury.
I know.
Oh, I don't know.
And then you got like a team of specialists all looking at your sack, like they're like, wow. Right. They're either
if we walk around, we can walk around with our nipples hanging out. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares about any nipples. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But if a woman does it, man.
They do that here all the time. This is New York.
You got some topless stuff going on now?
Stopless? Yeah.
Topless?
Oh, yeah.
On the street?
It's funny because there used to be a place here called Billy's Topless. And it was famous. It was like on, the fuck avenue was that? It was like 6th Avenue and like 23rd Street. Billy's Topless. It was like a landmark. And then one day, they were trying to shut down all the topless joints. And they were like,
uh-oh.
So Billy's had to change his name to Billy's Stopless. So literally, all he did is I don't even know if he changed the sign, except that he took the apostrophe from Billy's and put it after the S or before the S. What did he do? He took the Billy's. No, he just left the sign alone. I think or he put an extra S. So it's just Billy's Stopless. So like they couldn't be topless and serve alcohol at the same fucking time. But yeah, over here in New York, it's allowed. You could, if you're a woman, you could walk around with your tits out.
Yeah, well, I think that's a New York State thing, right?
I don't know.
How many topless bars you got anywhere like within let's say a 5-mile radius?
I mean, it depends. Like most of the time, nobody's topless, but if you go in there with the right attitude, you can get some girls to take the tops off.
Yeah. We've got a place. It's in Oneonta, which is about 40 minutes from here.
And they're already topless? They're good to go?
It's called the Novelty Lounge.
Oh, wow. That sounds special.
I've been to the Novelty Lounge exactly twice.
Is it novel?
Oh, no.
Exactly twice. How the fuck did you go there twice? After the first time, you're like, I'm going again.
Well,
you were like, I like this.
All I can tell you is it's upstate New York topless.
Which means what?
Dancers and stuff. And it means
so they got bruises and they got like fucking
C-section scars and bullet wounds
and fucking tampon strings. Right.
And recent weather, the Weather Channel actually made an appearance in upstate New York recently. and they went to Oneonta, and they stood out in front of this bar. And it was actually on national television, the Novelty Lounge, the Weather Channel guys standing out in front of the Novelty Lounge.
They must have made. Why though? That was like genius.
This place is dank. To call it a dive bar is an insult to dive bars.
Really?
Yeah, and bullet wounds, C-section scars, you name it.
C-section scars. That's sexy. That's like a Halloween party.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not disparaging anybody that's had a C-section, and I'm not even saying that it's not sexy. I mean, whatever. All I know is that was the theme.
I wonder how many abortions they have too. Well, maybe they could write that down on the fucking chalkboard.
I didn't think to ask.
Right? It's like you just assume it's 30.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there going, I can have another one next week with you if you want.
Yeah. I'm not sure I could be a regular at a topless bar.
Why not? I bet you if it was closer, you'd be in there like, I got to go get a drink. I'll see you.
It just doesn't float my boat.
You know what you need? Man. You need to go in there with your pals. That's what it is.
I need to go in there with my sack hanging out.
Yeah, right? You fit right in.
I bet things would get better then.
You can't go in there alone. That's the thing. If you go in there alone.
I was not alone either time that I went.
Right, you got to go with your palsies.
Yeah.
With your friends who like that shit, these C-section bullet wounds.
You got to not go. I mean, you got to make sure that your group of friends doesn't contain that one creepy friend that thinks that the stripper's in love with him.
Oh, that's not creepy. That's just called naive. That's the virgin or something.
Because they're kind of going there looking for absolutely what you shouldn't be looking for in a topless bar, which is. But
why would they fall in love? I don't understand.
Who knows? That's just it, and you don't want to, man. You just don't want to know.
That's when you're fucking 15.
The women get annoyed. I mean, the women don't want anything to do with that. They're like, they'll treat you.
Who knows, right? Maybe
because they want their money.
Dude, it depends. Like what kind of $100 bills you got in your pocket. Then you'll see. Come again. I like this guy. He peels out hundreds.
Yeah,
he's peeling hundreds.
You know what my problem was? Every time I looked at the women up on stage doing their thing, I couldn't. And this was like when I was in my 20s, long before I had any family. All I could think of was, man, that's somebody's little girl up there.
Oh, you couldn't get a boner, is what you're saying? Come on, bro.
It just didn't do anything for me. Why do I want a boner?
You should.
Do you want to be sitting around with a boner with all your friends?
Come on, when you're 20-something,
isn't that what you used to get made fun of?
They were that fucked up that you were like, oh my God, I'm sad. You were just thinking about their life issues.
Any other situation, you're avoiding boners in public. But now here's a place where you can go in public and have a boner?
Right.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's what I'm like, how the fuck that? The bitch takes its fucking tits out and smiles at you and spreads her fucking legs from behind, and you're like, I can't do it now. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about her family.
Yeah.
I'm
not thinking about doing her.
Thinking about her troubles.
I mean, yeah, they're sexy and they can move and they're all slinky and bendy. But
you guys probably all know each other. You're like, yeah, how's little Tommy doing?
Know each other. We're probably fucking related.
Right, he's in 4th grade. I heard.
Probably a fucking cousin or something.
Right. You know everything about them. She had her fucking first kid with her brother. And that was 20 years ago.
Her own grandmother.
She had the first kid when she was 12. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Novelty Lounge. Nice. Maybe you and I can go sometime.
Yeah, I'll have to try to.
Maybe we'll drive to the Novelty Lounge with
me. But like, how do you go in? I'm trying to imagine a place like that. It's like, how do you go in there regularly, or even not regularly, like twice, like you did, and not just like accidentally get fucking robbed or something or beat up or some weird shit? Like, isn't it like super weird in there? Like what? Or is it just all creepos? Is it just full of creepos with trench coats?
It's like old guys sitting at the bar drinking beer and occasionally glancing up at the dancers.
So there's no tough guy. So it's not like Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze.
And that's the other thing. That's the other thing where, if you're sitting around and the dancers are working hard, at least look at them and give them money.
Right.
And so you're thinking about that. It's like, there's all these people here and nobody's paying any attention to the dancers.
Because nobody's got a boner, maybe, right?
I guess.
They only give you dollars equals boners.
Instead of a bowl full of peanuts, maybe they should have like Viagra or something.
I know, right?
Hand out. But yeah, I remember just gruff old blue collar guys sitting there
So it's not frightening.
Just-
Nobody's scary in there.
No.
So it's
Oneonta's
just a
pretty
creep
safe.
show. It's a fucking creep show in there. The fucking undercover cop should be sitting in there looking for the
It's a
fucking
clown
pedophiles.
show is what it is.
Right, the rapists and the pedophiles.
I don't think they had any. I don't think they had any food. They might have had some snack type food. I know they had. You know those bars? They got the jars full of like pickled hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, I've seen that. What is that?
What the fuck is that?
I don't think I've seen it in real life. I think it's like
pickles,
a meme.
Yeah. No, this place had them,
So like, what's in the jar?
and
Eggs?
I'm sure they still have them. Pickled hard-boiled eggs in a jar
and then
full of brine.
And so who takes it out and how do you get it?
I never saw anybody order those.
Oh, there's no
They're
way.
probably there from like 1972.
Yeah, there's no way that fucking brine water is fucking got nothing but fucking diseases inside of it.
I know. It must be like maybe it's decoration.
That's what I'm thinking. Like it's like when the Italians put the fucking dollar on the wall at the pizza place. Is this my first dollar that I made from the first slice I sold? That's the fucking first eggs.
I did that.
What do you mean you
my
did
business.
that? Of course you did that.
I did that with my home business.
You got a dollar on the wall?
Have a dollar hanging on my wall. The
That's
first dollar
cool.
I made it. As soon as I got
That's
my
because you're
LLC.
Italian. It's an Italian thing. That's the most Italian thing you ever did. You should have did that and then made a pizza right after.
It was the time. I mean, it was more to commemorate the fact that I wasn't going to be anybody's bitch anymore.
Right, and that you could eat fucking macaroni on your own time.
I could eat ramen.
You could eat fucking gavadil
Macaroni
with gravy, all the gravy and gavadil and macaroni that you fucking want, right?
I could buy it with all the other dollars that I made after that one.
Exactly. Well, back then, when the fuck did you make that dollar?
The world was my burrito.
What year did you fucking make that first dollar?
1997.
Holy shit! Back then, pizza was still $1 a slice, so that makes sense.
Right.
It's like you could have sold $1 slice.
Yeah.
It's my first slice I ever. It was like I remember I used to go to all the pizza places around here, and it was like sometimes you'd see like higher denominations on the wall. You're like, holy shit! Aren't you?
Oh, like a 20?
Aren't you worried, Carmine, that there's somebody's gonna steal that? Ain't
like a 20 on the
nobody
wall?
gonna steal it. Trust me. If they steal it, I track them down. I kill their whole family. Nobody have the guts to steal my first 20.
For a 20, the frame is probably more important.
There ain't no frame. They took fucking scotch tape.
Oh
and
my
they
God.
tape it to the
Mine had a
tiles.
frame.
Yeah,
I had a
that's
frame on
crazy.
mine.
That's a little bit like I don't know. That's like high order. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that.
That's high functioning ADHD or anal retentive.
But it's also like a little worshipy. You know what I mean? It's like I fucking
well,
need to worship this money.
Yeah.
This money's the most
Well, it
beautiful
wasn't a shrine.
money.
It wasn't like a picture frame that you put with the candles and shit.
It's funny.
Although you might as well.
But it's like
that's
so
what people worship these
But
days.
so like was it $1? Was it just $1?
It was just $1, and
Oh,
I just
man. So like
somebody paid
what
me
did you
cash
sell?
and-
Oh.
Well, I think someone paid me cash to work on a computer. Was like the very first thing I did, or
Wow,
something.
that's pretty cool.
As my official LLC, and so I took one of the dollars.
But you know what that means? So
It's
like,
kind of fun, you know.
let me ask you something.
It's
So
a fun
you,
thing
but
to
you
do.
did that for a reason, right? So like, you know what the reason is why you do that, right?
What, to save the first dollar?
Yeah.
Well, my personal reason was
Well, there's a
it's kinda
reason.
silly. It's pretty silly. It's like, well, it was all brand new, and it was the first dollar of my brand new business name and business.
Oh, I thought the
and
dollar
name.
was new. So it was like an old dollar.
No, it was a regular old dollar.
Right.
I mean, that's what made it kind of cool. Was that like this
A
dollar
wrinkled,
had already been
smelly
it had
dollar.
already been in circulation,
It's
and I got
it's
it.
got cocaine inside of it, and it's been
I
up
still
some
have
fucking
it.
snatch.
Yeah, I still have it somewhere. It's
Well,
not
it's
on
got to be
wall,
in the
but
frame, right?
It's in the frame.
gonna be in there
somewhere. I have it
forever.
somewhere. I should go look and see what year.
Why did you take it down, though? I don't understand. You got to keep that up. Don't you understand?
I moved my office. I moved my
Oh,
office and never
fuck,
put
that's
stuff up on the walls.
That's fucked up. So, but like, so
Yeah.
what's the reason though that you did it? Did you say?
I haven't said yet, but I'm trying to think of, like my mindset back all the way back in '97 when I did it was just like, it was just part of, it was just the first $1.
Yeah, but like, what I'm saying is like, even it sounds like you don't really have a reason, but there's a reason why people do that. Like, why the fuck would all the Italians in the world tape fucking $10 to the tiles? You know what I mean? There's a reason. It's not because they want to show that they're rich.
Fail. No, that's not it.
I have a feeling that if you fucking
What's
hear
your theory?
Well, it's not a theory. It's everyone knows. I mean, it's like,
Okay.
but you forgot.
All right, so
I don't
what's-
think you're
what's
gonna
your
like
fact?
it though.
What is it?
It's It's for superstitious reasons, for good luck.
Really? No,
it's good luck that the business is making money, and as long as it stays up there, you're always going to make money. And then you took that shit down and said, fuck this.
Yeah, no.
So you fucked yourself.
That explains everything. Oh
See?
my God.
It's true.
Are you telling me if I just put that fucker back up on the wall?
Back on the wall. What the fuck you doing, bro? Were you trying to fucking voodoo yourself, bro? You fucking with the spirits of the American dollar?
What an asshole.
Dude, haven't you looked at the back of the dollar? There's Illuminati shit on there. You can't just do that shit.
Oh my God.
Holy fuck, the demons are going to come out.
The wall. It's either got to be on the wall or in circulation. There's no in between. Right now,
once you put that in
a
frame,
somewhere.
holy shit. It's like that Annabelle doll from those fucking demon movies. You can't fuck with that dollar. Every time you move it, you need like a special seance. There's a fucking there's shit on the back of that shit. That's why it says "In God We Trust." It's fucked up, bro. It's a cult. You can't fuck with that shit.
Oh my God.
There's fucking pyramids and fucking suns and eagles on that motherfucking thing. It's all demons.
Yeah, I don't think I did it for good luck.
Yeah. So as long as you know where the fuck it is, you gotta go.
I do. I that much I can say.
You gotta go find it. You gotta pull it out. You gotta like bless yourself. And
my wife will be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like 3 a.m. Like, honey, put that dollar back.
Honey, we need to make money again. I just realized my mistake.
Space on the wall.
The fucking dollar.
Got to put this. We got any picture with hanger wire?
And you know what? You just to do extra good luck. I wonder if people take pictures of you standing next to the dollar and then put the picture of you with the dollar next to the real dollar. That would be interesting. Maybe that's like
the trend around here is to open a business, get all the people that work with you or for you out in front of your building.
Yeah.
And take a really awful picture to publish in the newspaper. That's how things go here.
Oh,
new business in town, and it's going to last like 8 months, and then they go out of business.
Yeah, if they were smart,
there's always a new business in the paper,
Dude, if they were smart, they would take that picture pointing at the dollar taped to the wall. Then that shit would be everywhere.
Well, the dollar up on the wall, the next thing to go up next to it are those pictures from the newspaper.
Right, so that's what it is, and that seals the deal forever that your business is going to make $1 billion. So they fucked up.
They're usually gone in 8 months here. Yeah, they don't last.
That's like some kind of
we had this guy. That? There used to be this
magic,
this
black
place
magic.
in town. There was a deli in town. I won't name the name, but there was a deli in town, and they did great business, and they had a great catering side of their business. Like the deli itself was pretty small, and they used to make their own bread, and they had a great catering. All the businesses now would call this deli place to get their stuff for their the business meetings or whatever, and they'd cater it. It was a turnkey fucking business. The guy wanted to retire or do something else, so he sold the business. All the person had to do was literally come in and just do things the way they always did it, and they'd have been fine. But the first thing they did is get rid of the bread. They don't make their own bread.
What a dumb
Then they
fuck.
completely revamped the look of the whole inside of the place, so it looked like shit. It looked like somebody threw up fucking aluminum siding everywhere. It was disgusting. It was like eating in a warehouse. It's like you go to a fucking Amazon warehouse and sit in the corner and eat.
So
that's
this
what it was
dumb
like in
fuck,
there.
this dumb fuck knew he was buying a successful business.
Bought up a successful business thinking he was going to just make all these changes. People stopped going. So then the food got worse. The portions got really tiny. The prices went up. And the guy gets on Facebook and he's complaining nobody wants to support local businesses anymore. So I asked him, like, if you hadn't fucked it up,
nice,
you'd have been fine. Nobody catered with him anymore. And he got into an argument with me, and everybody saw it. It was one of these. It was like this community Facebook page. I said that it's not a problem with people not wanting to support the business. It's the last time I ate there.
Business sucks.
Honestly, it was awful, right?
Right.
And he started arguing with me. That's the last thing you do on Facebook if you run a business is start arguing with people. It's where everybody can see it.
I'll just argue with my customer.
People are like, everybody. I didn't have to say anymore during the conversation.
Yeah.
All we had to do is all the other people started chiming in. You really shouldn't be arguing on Facebook. If you own this business, you really should just listen and
not a good look.
Right? And I told him, I predict that you're going to be out of business in a year. He didn't like that at all.
Nice.
I was dead to nuts right about it. First thing he tried to do, once he lost all those customers, he switched it to a Tex-Mex place.
Oh my God, this guy.
And then 2 months later, he was gone. They they bailed.
Yeah, you
And
know.
these are people that supposedly, he's telling me, well, I've run all these other restaurants. I've done this and I've done fine.
What a
and it's just your community doesn't want to support. I'm like, this other place, the guy ran it before he sold it to you. It was making plenty. They had they had like 7 or 8 people employed. They were busy every day. Fucking idiot. Tex-Mex is what it, and so he finally went out of business, sold it to these other people who do have experience in the restaurant business, and they've kind of brought this place back. They're
back to what
now.
it was?
They're doing catering again. Yeah.
No shit.
Yep. Yeah. I don't think they're making their own bread yet because I think those ovens got sold, but
That's
they brought
amazing.
it all right back. I told you, you stupid fuck.
What a dumb fuck.
And that's an asshole.
He could have done a poll while he was arguing with people on Facebook. What would you guys like? And everybody went, put it back the way it was.
Right. Like, if you're not going to at
who was
least
he
renovate
talking to?
and make the inside not look like a warehouse, at least put the food back the way it was.
Maybe it was all his wife's idea.
Well,
You know? Like maybe he was in there with
the
the spouse, and the spouse was like, I want it like this. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. But it's usually the line when you start giving people less food for more money. That's usually a bad sign.
Yeah, and then the personal ideas. There was a place like this here when I first moved into my neighborhood. There was like I'm not into like wings and sports bars, right? But
Yeah.
every now and then I would, meet people for like 5 minutes or fucking talk to a friend who I haven't seen in a while, and they'd be like, "Yeah, let's go to this fucking place." I'm like, "Oh, all right, let's go." And whatever. I hate sport. There's 11,000 TVs in there with games and shit. But it turns out you order the wings, and they actually have wings and fucking burgers. And I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty good. This is the only place in here like this. Guess what? That fucking place was thriving as like the #1 wing spot, right? Fuck the sports.
Nice.
I couldn't give 2 shits, right?
Right.
But then one day some motherfucker, they closed it down and they changed it to something else, and they were struggling. And I was like, everybody's coming in there going, where's the wings? And they're looking at you like, yeah, we stopped that.
Wings.
And why'd you stop? And then
Why would you do that?
then they fucking closed down again. Then they turned it into some other shit. It's funny you said Tex-Mex. They changed it into some kind of like I don't know, like South American specialty Spanish food place.
Yeah.
And they were done in less than 3 months. It was like, forget about it.
Yeah, you
should have
can't fuck with
stuck
that.
with the wings. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. I mean, why would you buy another business that's thriving? Now, you never know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe there was, outrageous debt. But I mean, if the place is booming,
Just
and
leave
you're not, as long as you haven't, priced yourself out to the point where you're losing money on every sale, you should be okay. You should at least be breaking even, which is no way to live. But
They went from bad to
come
worse.
along and the thing is, people come along and they should be buying a business based on the numbers. And unless they've been lied to, you would think you'd look at the business and go, this is great. I'm going to buy it. And yeah, it's a lot of hard work every day, but it's making money. Why would you come in and completely change everything?
Yeah, and just like you said.
Why do they do that?
Just like you said on the fucking Facebook, right? All over the social media, everybody's like, what happened to the wings place? Oh my God, the wings, and everything's gone.
Customer loyalty, it's so hard to earn and it's so easy to lose.
And then one day they opened up all over again as the same place, and they still had wings. And I was like, oh shit. If anybody ever asked me, I'm going to tell her. I told somebody, but within 6 weeks, they were closed. And they were like, no, it's not there. You lied to me. I was like, I swear to God, it was. I didn't lie.
Right.
And then I look like the fucking asshole because these dumb fucks, they went back to wings for a second just to save their skin, and they lost.
Yeah.
Stupid
I don't know.
fucks.
People just think they know how to do this shit.
You know what it is? I bet you they didn't have the dollar on the wall. That's why. These stupid
Well, they
bastards.
fucked themselves royally.
Yeah.
They probably took that dollar down.
Right.
They took the last guy's dollar down, didn't put another one up. Then they started changing all the other shit when things started going bad because they didn't have the luck.
And it goes to show you that was their first idea. And the first idea is always the best one. You should have stuck with it.
That's right.
Now you're finagling.
You want to do
some
something
shit.
new, start a new place. Don't buy an old one. You want to do something completely new, go for
Right.
it. But fuck
Don't
you.
fuck up somebody else's business and be like, hold my beer. I can do this better. Go fuck yourself. It's a disaster.
Right. Well, we better drive somewhere.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to stop and eat somewhere. So let's hope we don't run into a shit business. Make sure they got
That's
a
right.
dollar on the wall. Then we know.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Keep your eye on the road.
Keep my fucking eyes on the road.